touch, and I know I'm gonna stay for always.
All right, man. I feel like we just did the show yesterday. Oh, that's right, we did do a show yesterday. Bob's working on his audio, trying to get it fixed. He was actually, when I came downstairs to get stuff ready, I found Bob passed out on the table in the backyard, quarantined.
Battery 70%.
Oh, Bob's battery's at 70%. So Bob's getting it ready. That's fine. We'll get a few people on, and we'll get this show started. You can see Bob, he's trying. You can hear him, but he can't hear you. So let's test this out, guys. Yo, Butthead, can you hear me? No, he can't hear me.
Battery 70%.
Oh, his battery is 70%. Yep. You can hear him breathing. So we know he's alive, guys. He is alive. He's quarantined by airport rules. You know, when you fly to America, you're supposed to quarantine. So I keep him outside in the backyard. I have him chained up to a table. You know, I feed him here and there, so he is getting fed. You know, so yep. He's still. I think he's still working on it. Is he getting it? Is he getting it, people?
Connected to Kumba 0U5.
Oh, I hear something that's connecting the pair. Yo, can you hear me yet? I like his title, guys. Where's Bob? That's basically what it is, right? We can see him. We can hear him.
Battery 70%.
70%. Hey, Robert Alley. We're trying to start. Bob's having some audio difficulties. We can hear him, but he can't hear us. So, guys, this is a good chance right now for everybody to talk garbage about it. So, Bob, can you hear me yet? Is he even alive? So, guys, let's do this. You're all going to take a journey with me right now. We're going to take a walk in the backyard. Okay? Let's see if we can find them. All right? This is exciting stuff. This is real stuff right now. Hold on. Here we go. Let's see if we can find him. Let's see what he's up to, guys. Here we go. I'm opening up the back door. Let's see. Oh, I see him. Are you still having issues?
Oh, yeah, it won't work at all. I got kicked off the internet. Here we go.
Can you hear me? Guys,
I hear you.
This is live. This is at its best. So you can hear us.
I got it.
He's got it. Look at that man. Look at that son of a bitch right there.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, see, guys, I have to keep him quarantined. I got to keep him out back. I can't keep him in my house. He might have that COVID-19.
Yeah. We're set.
So I'm walking back into my office. Good, guys. I was afraid that
Okay.
lost him for good. That was real live footage. Oh,
Got it.
look at all these.
Can you hear me? Testing.
I can hear you just fine. I'm just showing everybody your wigs. You have a lot of wigs that you brought from London. You got this.
Yes.
Let me show people this. You got.
Yeah.
Now, do
That's
you
so I can
guys
get around the
or
sheeples.
something?
Well, that's for the sheeples.
Showing people the toys. Okay. All right. Let me get this back over here. Wow. The magic of the green screen. So how are you today? Now you got things working. Hey, you can't have a perfect show without having an issue, right?
Yeah, I was having like all problems, dude. Number one, I was kicked out of StreamYard. I just used it last night. There's no reason for it. So I had to go all the way back in and run in my password and all my information to get back into StreamYard so I can keep my avatar picture and all my stuff, and then retype in my name and all the fun stuff, and then got that done, and then try to get back in and have it all line up with the audio, which was not working. The microphone was not working. Nothing was pairing up together, and then it kicked me off the internet. And the little circle's like, no internet. I can't do anything now because there's no internet. So I don't know, man. Pretty wacky here. Pretty wacky.
Well, we got a
personality here.
It is what it is, right? It is what it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but it works.
Looks like I hear a little echo. Oh, hold on. I think it's me. Hold on.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Am I better now?
Yeah, you sound good. I didn't have no echo on my end, but you sound good.
Okay. We got North Star that's in the chat. Robert in the chat. See, when I talk, I hear an echo. I wonder.
Yeah, I don't hear anything. You sound clear to me.
Hey, Robert Ali, Voynich in the chat. North Star. When I talk, you guys hear an echo? And then Silly Fan Man's going to be joining us. And then yeah, I'm waiting for somebody to ask me to if they hear an echo. When I talk, I hear an echo. Here, it's not from here.
I don't hear anything.
Oh yeah, a delay echo. Bob, I'm going to remove you for the stream
they can
for a
hear it?
second, and let's see what happens. Hey, yeah, I don't hear an echo now. How about now, guys? Do you hear an echo when I pull Bob out? Yeah, when I take you off, I don't hear echo no more. Yeah, when I take you off, I don't hear echo no more. Yeah,
Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Do you hear an echo now?
Yeah, it's when I talk, there's an echo when you're on. I wonder.
What's that about, man?
Yeah, it echoes back when I put you back. Huh.
I don't know. Because I don't hear anything on my end. You sound perfectly fine over here.
Let's do this. How about
echo?
Voynich, join us on. What I'm gonna do, Bob, is I'm gonna ask Voynich to join in, so maybe you can restart your computer, see if that'll fix the issue. Or maybe I'll kick you out of the StreamYard. You come back in. We'll see what happens.
Kick me out. Yeah, kick me out. I'll come back in because right now everything's set perfect. There's nothing. I don't have no echo, no nothing.
I'm gonna kick you out of the studio, and then you can rejoin.
Sure.
All right. I kicked the son of a bitch out. There's Voynich. Perfect. Yeah. I don't hear echo when I'm talking to you.
Wait a minute. Now there's a loop from my side. So let me. Okay. So now it should be okay. Is it okay now?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's got to be on Bob's end, on his end. I know he's in my backyard, so it's just.
That's why it's a short loop.
It's a short loop. So,
yeah.
So actually, how's it going today? Now I saw you did a show my time. I think you must have did a show like my time, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, my time.
Yeah, could be.
Because I actually woke up around 6 a.m. and I saw that it says Voynich just finished stream 47 minutes ago. So
yeah, but it was nothing important. I just sometimes I just have nothing to say. I just want some interaction. That's why I go live, because I don't have a life.
Well, does he need? Well, how about that? Not like this way. We don't have a life as it is in the normal sense. But now with the where we're at now, we really don't have a life, right?
Yeah, but it's been going like that for me for about 3 years now. So
what's
yeah. So in this time it's only worse. So yeah. But I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Did you hear Bob was telling me this morning. You know our good friend System Failure, correct? Our good friend
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah.
Bob said there was a video that he was down in London, part of the protest, and he got jumped by like 3-4 cops and got arrested. Did you hear
You
that?
didn't see that? You didn't see that yet?
I didn't see
Man,
that
that's-
video. Is that
That's
on
3
his
days
channel?
ago or 2 days ago. Yeah.
Oh, 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
But whose channel? What channel was showing that video?
I think Carla Red Pill showed it. I saw it on Carla Red Pill.
Carla
I think
Redpill.
it's her latest video.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find it. I want to see that video because I know he told me that me and Mark, we do a live show on another channel, on one of my backup channels, and yeah, and he couldn't make it. He told me he couldn't make it Sunday night. We're on our other channel, so I didn't realize he got arrested.
He didn't even get arrested. I mean, they just take him in. I mean, I don't know what the word is for that. I call that kidnapping and assault because it's fucking officers and they just committed a crime. They didn't arrest him. They didn't charge him. They just took him in.
Oh, that's what it meant where he said he got no sleep.
Yeah.
You didn't mention the part about the cops.
Yeah, I think he supposed that you knew because you're on top of things too. But yeah,
I am. But and I'm subscribed to Carla. I must have just not. I just must have. We got busy life. Oh, here it is.
Ah, man.
I
don't blame you.
2 minutes.
I don't blame you.
Here we go. Let me do this. I'm gonna. I found the video. Oh, there's Bob. Bob could. Let me see. I don't hear echo now.
Okay, so yeah.
So what I'm gonna do, Silly Fan Man's on real quick. I'm gonna Carla Red Pill's the one who has that footage of System Failure getting arrested or getting caught. So I'm gonna play that because I haven't seen this. You told me about it this morning.
Yeah, I saw that. It's hilarious.
And real quick, Eric.
Yeah.
I just literally got off of Mark's show where we were talking about this incident. So you could play it and then I'll go over it with you exactly what happened after this if you want.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Because me and System Failure have been doing some show stealing on Sundays on my other channel. We've been doing some sci-fi DC Marvel talk. And he couldn't make it because he said he was too tired and stuff, but he never mentioned about the cop thing. So this is
I just got done talking to him. It was fascinating, man. I love him.
All right. So here I'm gonna bring it up loud. Here we go. Can you guys see it? I'm gonna make it the whole screen. Here we go. Wow. Hear that? Hold on. I'm gonna rewind it again. I want to see this again. Here we go.
I'm still on the ground.
Here we go. Yeah, 1, 2, 3,
4, 5. You see how many it takes to take down one guy? I mean, they're busy there with 4 guys. So just do the math, people. Just do the math. Do the mathematics. They need 4 people or 5 people, and see how many people are around there doing nothing. That's how many it takes. That's how many it takes for them to take one of us down.
Holy shit!
They will not take a 1-on-1 fight. They will not take a 2-on-1 fight. They will not take a 3-on-1 fight. They're fucking cowards.
Wow, that was
mathematics, please.
I wonder he should have told me why because he just emailed me Sunday morning and said, "Hey Eric, I can't do the show tonight because I need to get some rest." He didn't tell me until Bob told me. Like, what?
I saw it this morning. I was like, someone sent it to me this morning. I was like, oh shit, is that System Failure, dude?
Yeah, because we've been doing a sci-fi show on another channel on Sunday night. So
yeah.
Okay. So Silly Fan Man, tell us about it. You just said you were on Mark's channel. So what's the message about it?
So he got taken down like you saw, and then there's one cop especially that was just kind of just nasty to him and was hurting his arm and everything, and I don't know how much he's discussed, but he talked about it on his channel today. He has multiple personalities. He's got mental disorders that have been documented, and he has a card and everything. And so he was explaining that to him, and no one cared. And then he also needs an inhaler. And when they threw him into the cell, because he was there 20 hours, and he asked for his inhaler, and they didn't bring it to him. It was like 6-8 hours later, they finally gave it to him, I guess. And he also has this thing where I guess it's like maybe a claustrophobia or something. He says, if you close that door and that little door or whatever, they put him in a tiny, windowless cell. He's like, I'll probably hit my head against the wall. And they just said, go for it, basically. And he did. And he's got, he messed up his head, and his hands were all bruised up. And I mean, he's amazing. It looks like it was nothing, but to me, it's like, was just horrible what he went through. And he's already got, they call it a solicitor out there, a lawyer. So he's definitely going to go after the police department, and especially that one particular cop. And I told him, in whatever the lawyer decides, knows way more than me. But I said, in addition to suing them for whatever, things that they've already decided, if they totally believe in this whole, Kernani thing, that it's real, they had no right to get that close to you without masks. They put your life in danger then if you believe in this thing. So I said he should sue him for that too, because they potentially compromised his life. They might have, attempted murder. I don't know what that would be, but there was a lot of cops there around him with no masks. That violated his right.
Do you know what was going on in the beginning of the London? Was there like
he was at some kind of peaceful protest, and he admits that he mouthed off to some cop. And but then they just overreacted and went down and just attacked him. And he was wearing his headphones that he always wear. And in the scuffle, they got twisted around his neck, and he actually was having trouble breathing. They were like choking him. And he said there was this one cop that ran in that saw that he was like gasping. And that's when you hear him saying, I'm sorry on the video, is he just wants them to take this off so he doesn't choke to death. And so that's basically what he told me today, literally about half hour ago.
Wow. Crazy. You got to be careful because that's what they want.
Right.
I mean, that's what they want.
We need to stand up for ourselves.
The only thing they want. They want to get in a fight and win. They don't matter what the moral is. They don't matter what the case is. They just want to win a fight.
Well, we need to stand up for ourselves, but at the same time know that if we trigger them, NPCs, whether they're cops or not, cops are going to do this shit. So as long as you go into it knowing, okay, I can go this far and not that far. If you want to continue to push it, which you have the right to, know that there could be consequences. And like Voynich says, they're looking for that. They're waiting to snatch us up. I don't believe they're going to come down and take us because we sit on here and talk in front of 100 people.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing to tell them. I know what you want. You want to kill. You want to win. It's a good thing to start with this. I know what you want. You want to take me in. And you want to bet on my head, if you want to bet on my neck. You want to string on my wrists. That's the thing you like. Do you want to do that? Do you know what the rules are? It's good to start like that because they don't fucking care what the rules are. But once you mention it to them, they're gonna be afraid. They're gonna start to think. Don't make these cops think that don't think that the cop has a conscience because they hate when if you try to work their conscience, something glitches inside of them. Just tell them about rules. Tell them that you know the law better than they do. They're fucking scared of that.
Well, and a thing with that too is like, for instance, when we had a Walmart coming into our town, I tried to fight it, and we were actually being fairly successful. And what happened was because one of the council members came to me privately and said that the Walmart lawyers came to the council members and said, what you're doing is potentially actionable, and we're not just going to sue your city, we're going to sue you individually.
You know what I mean? They should like ask what kind of medical conditions you have and all that. They should have to take care of that.
No, but they can't.
Right.
They're actually
You're
illegally
right, but
allowed
they're
to
not
ask you what it
humans.
is.
They love crazy people. They love hookers. They love people that are poor because they can smack on them. That's the thing they like. You're crazy. Okay, we're gonna smack on you more because there's gonna be more reaction out of you. Oh, you're claustrophobic. Oh, so you're gonna hit your head against the wall. Oh, we're gonna view you until you bleed, until you are fucking unconscious. This is the kind of people that we're dealing with. These people need to be institutionalized themselves.
You're 100% correct.
They're
'Cause,
not
you know-
legally allowed to ask you what your problem is. They're not. That's what that little thing that everyone's been sending around. It's a violation of HIPAA laws. You can't ask. If you show them something that says I have a condition, they can't ask what it is, or you could sue them for that. At least in the U.S.
It's just you know, I mean, I have a service-connected disability with the military and stuff, and there's certain things that I have issues, hand issues and stuff like that, and it's not severe in a calm manner, but my conditions could get worse in a stressful situation.
Yeah. It causes impotency. So Eric's impotent when this happens, so he can't have this happen. I'd be screaming impotency. This is what's happening right now if you take me down. It sucks. It's a medical condition. This is sad.
If people would actually see my condition like happen, I can't force it to happen, but if people are curious what condition that I have a thing called Raynaud's. Okay, now my hands look normal right now, but in a certain climate, in a certain stressful situation, blood actually rushes out of my hands where it feels like you got 10,000 needles like stabbing into your hands, and it looks gross to a lot of people because my hand goes completely white. I mean, it almost goes like completely white because there's no blood in it. But then eventually I have to like warm them up, and then the blood rushes back. So a lot of times in cold weather or stuff like that, I actually have to like wear gloves, wear warm, because my hands got smashed in the military. So, can I live with it? Of course, you have to. You don't have a choice. Bob, you got a service-connected disability and all that stuff, and it sucks, but you learn to deal with it. But
yeah,
but it just sucks that it takes that many people to bring down just one person. I mean, this is kind of a perfect title of a show, right? The Mandela effect of the Titans. The Titans. I mean, it's like God.
Fascism, man. It's fascism. It's all fascist. I mean, let's go back to the fascist. The fascist is on everything. If you've got a Greek fascist appearing in all our stuff, we're in a fascist society. It's fucking Nazis.
I won't play it again, but just look at how many cops, and he had no weapons, no guns. Now, he had no weapons, right?
Of course, he didn't have any weapons. I saw the whole video. He didn't
hold on. Yeah, no weapons. Nobody in England has, not even the cops, I think, have weapons.
Not even the cops have.
and it takes that many people to bring you down. Now, cops are trained to take down. One cop is trained to take down one person, but it takes 6-7 people for one person.
And are they even wearing gloves either? I mean, it's besides the mask thing. I mean, again, I know it's all BS, but if they want to believe in this world, then you can sue them for this stuff. I believe
you are correct. They're not wearing no masks, no gloves, no anything.
They're obviously 6 feet closer than 6 feet. What a ridiculous thing! Like 5-6 guys to take down one dude. And he wasn't even like. He wasn't like what do you call it, helicoptering and beating them all up. He was just, discussing or arguing with them, and they slam him down. It's ridiculous.
He was just walking. He was just walking away.
It was totally unnecessary. Power trip.
I didn't see him throw no punches, no nothing, and they surround him like he's a piece of shit.
Well, they like pieces of shit. I mean, that's what they like because that smells like ass. They like that.
Don't hold back, Voynich. It's hard to tell how you feel.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I just have to turn away my face because I have a hard time looking at this.
I do too. I do too.
I mean,
And
I
this
know he's a
affects-
tough guy. I know he's been through this before, and I know he sort of looked for it. He knew what to expect, but still.
Oh, yeah.
I know, but this affects people from all around the world. Listen, it affected me, right? Him and I were supposed to do a show 2 nights ago, and we couldn't do the show together. So it affects more than just himself when cops do this. I mean, what if that show we would have done would have been the magical show that the whole world had to watch? It
could have been viral.
Robert, all these videos are going viral. I mean, I have a hard. I don't even click on them anymore because I really cannot watch it. It gets too deep. Last time I saw this video of this mother protesting with her child and this father protesting with his child, and the child gets carried away from the mother. I mean,
I couldn't watch that one.
I have a hard time describing it.
I couldn't watch it. And again, those things are partly, some of it's fear. I mean, by having those go viral, we all get scared and decide to stay in line.
I don't get scared. I get fucking aggravated. I get
No, I'm not saying you. It's made some of them to potentially just put fear in people to keep them in line so they don't do what they just saw because they don't want their kid taken.
And it's not just a virus. Look right here in the fucking America. Illegal aliens. They put the parents. They take the babies away from them. They separate them, put them in different camps. I mean, my God, I was like, nobody gives a shit.
And still people are complaining about Nazi Germany, right? And it's fucking happening right in front of us, and people don't recognize it because it's on another name. Same game with another name. I mean, how often must this happen?
Hey, our president calls himself the war president because in a pandemic year, he's actually a war president. And he even mentioned that he's a war president. He's loving it. I mean,
he's so stressed out right now, guys. He's so stressed out that his hair is turning white. It's turning from blonde to white. That's what he's told everybody on the news. He's so stressed out, his hair is turning from blonde to white.
Yeah, suddenly. But now he's 75, right? Yeah.
I'm like, bullshit, dude. You don't just turn white over fucking night. No, come on, man.
Yeah. And suddenly, every time he gets on TV, suddenly his skin turns orange. I mean, that too.
Bright orange, and his hair is turning from orange red to white now. But you can see it in streaks. Now it looks like somebody's dyeing it. Or not dyeing it, or not dyeing it blonde. So it's gray and it's artificial. It's fake. It's hair implant. So he's got the Chucky doll. So his Chucky doll hair is now turning white. I'm like, and he has like a gold streak, like a red streak just on one side. I'm like, what is he, some fucking super villain now? This is ridiculous, man. I ain't buying that. His hair ain't turning white, man. He's fucking getting
one villain here, and that's me.
Yeah, he's portraying some villain with some spike straight red hair strike on the side of his head. I'm like, bullshit, dude. Come on. Fake news, my ass. The dude is fake as fuck. They're all fake. You go to the news, fucking.
Everything's fake.
They're all fake, man.
And in jail, whatever, they probably give him a ticket. He's gonna have to pay whatever it is. In America, if you go to jail, you have to go see in front of a judge, and you have to get fined.
It's $1,000, but they're not fucking around now. England is not fucking around with the fines. They're making them pay fines. Now, remember, in England, if you don't pay your fine, they go to your house with a clipboard. They knock on your door. They have the right to come into your house and take anything worth the value of the fine.
Really?
Electronics.
It happened to me once, and they entered my house and they looked around like,
Oh, they did to you? No shit.
A blind fucking horse couldn't do any damage here, right? I mean, I only have secondhand shit and things that I find valuable. I mean, there's shit here that's really worth loads of shit, but they will not recognize it because they can only recognize a color TV and a hi-fi set. That's the only thing that they can recognize.
I don't know what's worse. They come in your house and they take something, or they come in their house and they look around and go, well, there's nothing worth anything, and they walk out. That's kind of insulting.
Yeah, right.
Fuck you, my stuff's worth something.
Yeah, but the backpack I have, that's worth money. What the fuck?
Get back in here and take something, damn it.
Take something. Take
Isn't
the
it-
painting. I painted it.
But isn't it
But you
weird
know
how
sorry.
my thumbnail fits this show perfect? The Mandela effect of the Titans. We're fighting the Titans.
Well, where the heck am I? I mean, you said you're going to put me in these, and then what? Where am I?
You
I
know
think
what?
you're Superwoman. I think you're
famous-
Superwoman, Richard.
I think
Am I the
Wow.
Kraken?
Oh,
Am I
I
the
see
Kraken? What the heck? What am I?
You know, you're right. See, Voynich is in a game with us. I have a game called Find Voynich. So I try to put them in every single thumbnail to find them. So it's like
Eric, I don't care. I'm just giving you shit because I can. Don't even worry
Yeah,
about it.
I found me. I found me.
You find them? He's right there.
Yeah, I spotted him right away this time.
Okay.
And who are you
I
holding?
love this game.
Who you got? Who's that?
Well, this picture is based off the movie The Clash
Yeah.
of the Titans.
Oh, you didn't change the face in there? Okay, I
So
thought
I'm Hercules, and Bob, his picture is actually from the movie Dragon Slayer. I just mixed it all
dude,
together.
I love both those movies. Those are great movies.
Great movie. Great movie.
Yeah.
Dragon Slayer.
I just thought the thumbnail just fit this show perfectly today, right? We're fighting the Titans.
Fighting the Titans. Yeah, they're waiting for us to go into mobs and start getting crazy. Don't fall for the trap. It's a trap. It's a trap, man.
Yeah.
But
It's
now,
a trap.
now, silly fan, you live close to Portland, correct? You live
No.
you
In
don't
fact, after the show, we'll email. I need to get a hold of you, okay? But I'm way closer.
Okay, see what's weird about like Washington right now.
And your brother thinks I live in Vietnam, so it doesn't matter.
No, this is weird. Living in Washington has opened up phases, right? Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. But the city of Seattle in King County is pushing now to try to make everybody wear masks even more. Now here we are supposed to opening up in phases, lighten things up, get back to work. So how do you lighten things up and then forcing the King County to have to wear masks even more now? I mean,
See, the masks do two things. They show AI how many people are buying into this and are listening, because every day they do calculations of numbers and then they feed it to the computer systems. And the second thing it does is it actually helps you identify people that are, totally bought into it. And it also, I guess there's three things. It's fear. When you see people walking around in masks, it's scary. It really is. And I keep finding shows that keep people posting. There was, what was that one? It was a Stephen King book, Dead Zone. They did a TV show. And there's an entire episode that is exactly everything that's going on. They even talk about the coronavirus. Everyone starts talking about wearing masks, self-quarantine, lockdown. It's all in there. Everything they've said to us, it's in this 5-minute clip. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'll find it and send it to you guys. And then there's also the book. There's so many times where they've told us. There's a rap song where they sing about in 2020, the coronavirus is going to be killing a bunch of people. If you've seen that one. So it's not like people I'm trying to talk to normies and say, no, it's not that the Simpsons are crazy predictions of the future. It's literally, they're telling you what they're going to do before they do it. So like if I said to you, Eric, I'm going to come by your house and I'm going to break your upstairs window in between now and the next 2 years. And then if within the next year, I go by your house, I break your upstairs window, and then I say, see? And then you go, oh my God, you predicted this a year. No, I just told you I was going to do it. And that's what this all is. They show us in movies and TV, and there's like, hey, soon we're going to screw with you. And this is how.
Isn't he an asshole? He says he's going to break my window, not your guys' window, not Bonnie's window. Break my window.
That's right. Well, he's the king of England. I've got to suck up to that guy, man.
Yeah,
Patrick from our timeline is actually saying he is about to start a protest in half an hour in front of a store that make you wear a mask to get in. I wish I could go live. Well,
Does he have a
hey,
phone?
Patrick, make sure you film that, Patrick. Make sure you
Yeah.
film that. We want to see you get arrested too. I want to put that.
No, I don't want to see him get arrested.
No arrested.
No.
Does he have that
no,
little
no.
card that says I don't need a mask and you have no right to ask me? Does he have that? Because get him on his phone. He should have that.
There's our awesome friend Texas Danny. Good old Texas Danny.
Hey, but I'd like to mention Jason of the Disbury family. You might have heard of him too. I mean, he's a big guy in Flat Earth. And he also got arrested on the same day as Mark was kidnapped. And we didn't see his kidnapping, but they were chasing him for about an hour, and suddenly he was all surrounded by female cops.
Take me in.
No, they're cops. Whether they're female, no.
Yeah, Robert, this ain't no porno. They're going to use billy clubs on you. That's
Actually, talking about breaking windows, there's an orange cat. He's not our cat. I told Bob you got to watch out at nighttime because he's sleeping in the room where I have a screen. But this cat jumps on the screen and keeps popping it to the ground. Because we caught this cat on our camera. I'm like, who's fucking is somebody trying to break into my house? Because I keep seeing my screen on the ground. And the orange fucking cat keeps jumping on my screen and popping it down.
He's got
and then the screen ends up over the cat, and the cat flies away, and you put up the screen again the next day, and it happens again, and I can imagine that situation.
There's an animal flat back here. That's why I watched the cat walk in the house. I was like sitting there just getting drunk, going there because the cat is just walking in the house.
That's because a stupid Danish kid was here, and they kept feeding this cat to keep coming back, and now this cat does damage to my house.
I'm gonna put fire, dude. I've learned this from England. They're serious about their animals, so I'm gonna take a picture of your cat. We're gonna get your printer out. I'm gonna if this is your cat, this is where your cat is. Call this number. Come get your damn cat.
Before this date, or else I will eat your cat. I mean, that will spice it up a bit.
Break it up.
Yeah, maybe just leave a recipe that how to make cat stew, and just leave it near their house, just so they'll know that if it gets out, there's people. I don't know.
Well, sometimes if I want to have fun, I'll sick my little.
Oh shit, we're getting shut down.
My Chihuahua don't like that cat.
Shut down.
Can you hear me, Bob?
He's looking
around.
Yeah,
the internet. I can see. I don't see Voynich. I don't see.
You might have to refresh your screen.
Okay, now I'm back in. You guys are back in. But yeah, something kept coming off. Seems a plane goes by when it cuts out.
Oh, we get lots of planes. They fly directly over my house. Constantly.
Oh yeah.
That one where they had all the planes flying over Washington that they just did. You were here for that, Eric, weren't you?
I'm sorry, for what again?
It was just a few days back where they decided to spend millions of our tax dollars to fly planes all over the state of Washington.
Yeah.
So two of the biggest freaking planes of my life, I looked them up, and of course, they're called Globemaster 3.
Ooh.
Right? They're gigantic machines, and two of them flew in tandem.
Sounds good.
But before they showed up, and I didn't know they were doing this air thing, before they showed up, two small planes flew over my house in two different directions and made an X in chemtrail right over my house. And then about 5 minutes later, these two gigantic airships come right over my yard, 20 feet higher than the tallest tree. You could feel it in your chest. We thought it's it. Carpet bombing. We're done. Okay, this is cool. We didn't know there was a show. But still, the fact that they put that X over our house and these things flew right over our heads on our lawn and then veered off to the left. I believe it was some type of message. I don't know.
Hey,
but they were coming anyways. How hard would it be to say, hey, go over this way as you make your turn? I don't know.
Hey, Bob, is this a message for you?
What's that?
Briefly describe a crucial part of the situation a few weeks ago in regards to our situation.
Yeah.
What?
Wait, which one? We have so many. All I know is nothing's real. I know everything's playing itself out. It's just like a living game because there's the probabilities of certain things that it can't happen. I've watched videos that can't have as 19s all the way through and made this one particular year. It just can't happen. I've seen the one, and like Meatballs, you put it on the other day, for example, that 13 that popped up at Meatballs was never there, dude. I have it on my hard drive.
That's what he says. REM sleep.
Oh, the REM sleep. Oh, when I talk about something like I can't remember shit, I forget everything I talk about.
Yeah, guys, it's funny. Bob did a show last night on his own channel, right?
Oh,
and then I fell asleep on my couch watching this channel. Then my wife woke me up and goes, "Hey, can you go outside and tell him that the neighbor is texting me saying he's too loud?"
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I have to go to work tomorrow morning.
I'm like, what? Eric, I was done anyway, but I was like, dude, I'm quiet as fuck. I mean, I'm not out here shouting. Dude. I'm just talking a little as a microphone. I'm just talking. I got a box over it. I'm being quiet as hell.
She's the nicest woman too, nicest lady. It's just funny. Like, what? Bob's too loud. I felt.
What I was told was it had a beautiful rain. It's raining right now. It's a beautiful sounding rain. It's lovely. I like the sound of it myself. So she was listening to the rain, but then she was listening to me talk about the Mandela effect and how everything is technically fake and we're having to ride these things out. And it's just one big, the whole horror behind, the fear camp that we're having to deal with. So she's hearing all this philosophy. And again, she did not have the effect.
Yeah.
So
it was warm last night. So she had the window open and her window was like on the same side of where my backyard is. It was just fun. Like,
the rain was coming down.
I was just thinking, what is Bob doing? Dancing naked out there or something?
It's a mustard seed, though, because if she doesn't believe, maybe she heard something that maybe she'll think about or resonate. It's funny. I just remembered something that Mark told me today on his show was that when he was in the cop car, he talked to two of the cops in the car about Mandela effects, and he believes he woke them both up to some Mandela effects. So I said to him, hey, I don't know why you had to go through what you did, but maybe you were there for you. Maybe you were there for them, because maybe you've started both of them on a path to where they'll end up on a show like this, So we don't know why we get put in places. Joseph went to jail and Daniel was thrown to the lions. There's different things that happened that made the characters of the people or not, and who they became. So.
Oh, definitely.
People who just joined in the chat, who just joined in, if you don't know what we're talking about, I don't need to show the video again, but I'll just show what we're talking about. Our good friend, Mark from System Failure. You guys all know System Failure. He's been on our show plenty of times. Me and him are doing a show every Sunday night. And he got not arrested, he got taken to jail by 6-7 cops. So that's what we're talking about. New people that just jumped in. We're talking about Mark getting tackled down by 6 to 7 cops on one person. He had no weapons, nothing on him. He wasn't like running from the cops. It took 6 to 7 of them to take him down. So that's what we're talking about.
The thing is, I'd like to Eric. He did the thing that everybody should do. That a person got arrested and he just jumped to them like, why the fuck are you arresting these people? And of course, once you ask a question and they start to think, their conscience starts to work and they don't like that. And their only reaction is hit somebody, take him in, and then we will start to think. Once we get you down, then we will start to think. Back in the police office, that's where we will start to think. But this is what everybody should do. Everybody on his own, not in a group. Don't look around you if there's anybody to support you. Just go at it, and ask them, why the fuck are you doing this? And today you might be alone, tomorrow you might be alone, and the day after tomorrow there's 20 people with you. Okay?
And do it with the camera. I always say, Voynich is 100% right, but back yourself up and have a camera on.
Yeah.
Have it on
or
for
a
your own
partner, someone that can film this
or
too.
partner that's
Yeah.
filming it. Always be filmed. Be filmed. I
But it's
remember that.
most important just to do it. Just to do it.
Do it.
You're right, Bob, because it's not true unless it's on film.
Film it. Have someone film it. That way you're covered. Though, if in a courtroom that person punches you in the face for
Right.
no reason, you got it on camera. Now
Because
you
if
can
it's
talk
your
to
word
it.
versus the cop, you lose in their system. Yep.
Have the camera running. But don't be a dick. But be forceful and be correct. But just don't be an asshole. Don't ask for it. Punch me in the face for the camera. No, man, don't ask for it. Just be vocal, like Vaughn said, and speak the truth. As long as you say the truth, you're right.
Yeah,
if it's on
right.
camera and you say the truth, you're doing the right thing. If you sit there and lie,
Yeah.
But you got to know they're
Don't
gonna
keep
hit
it
you.
normal.
They're gonna take you and they're gonna hit you if you ask them a question.
Yeah.
This is what will happen. And if you're not willing to put up that fight or that risk, well, then you're worth actually nothing. Then you are worth nothing. So
I don't think you could get 4 more handsome, intelligent men in one room discussing this, honestly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say handsome, but we're certainly.
And we're all wearing hats.
I keep wearing different hats to match you guys. That's the only reason.
Here's my philosophy. If it was in somebody's religion to say wear hats around Ramadan time, I'm wearing fucking hats around Ramadan time. You can't say that. I mean, if there's a whole religion out there, and it says for whatever reason the watchers are watching and they're doing this fucking sign everywhere,
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume somebody's watching.
Yeah.
So I'm putting my hat on. I'm not asking no girls to wear no freaking, don't need to be covering themselves all up, but
Isn't that fascinating how our world, it's literally, I talk at, what's that show, Stranger Things, it's the upside down world. Literally overnight, doing this, that was like everyone was hating on Muslims and look at them wearing, like covering their face. And now we're all doing it.
we're all doing it.
Yeah, it used to be a black guy wearing a thing like this is a gangbanger, and if he walked into a store, everyone would freak out. Now he's just normal. It's like,
I thought of that. I actually thought of that. I go, this is ironic that would be around certain religious times where, especially the Islamic people, have to really make sure they're covered up, specifically for the Quran, specifically to hide from the watchers. As the Quran says, the watchers are watching, and they don't want them getting into your head, so you wear the hat. You don't want them looking at your daughters, so you cover up your daughters, because they're wanting to breed with the daughters of man in the mythos. So it just looks like it's happening in real time, though. I mean, this is maybe just an observation we're just making because of the Mandela effect or because of the virus. It may be just coincidence, but pretty damn weird that we used to make fun of them. I didn't make fun of them. Hell no. But they were made fun of. And now all the white girls, all the black girls, all the whatever girls, the Smurf girls are all wearing the same thing.
Not my
What's
Smurf.
up?
Not Smurfette. Not Smurfette. No. I had Smurfette.
What was the question? 'Cause you got cut
yeah,
off.
but you know what? I think
You will
Smurfette's
not
actually
wear 'em
trans. I think Smurfette's a trans. I really do. So I think you got a problem there.
Smurf.
I must admit, it was the tiniest pussy ever. Yeah.
Oh, God. How do we end up here? We have like such great content, and then we end up here. Hey, if you want to go over something, you guys got me onto something about the North Pole. If you want to talk about, is that today, or are we doing that some other day?
No,
What
we can
day?
do that. It's just that, remember yesterday that guy,
Yeah.
I don't know who he is, said he wanted to come on and talk
Today,
about
right?
Let's do a mythos.
I've never heard of him before, but I
Me
told him,
neither.
I invited him to come on today with us.
Okay, so check it out. So
talk about
It was yesterday with Brian Stavely and yeah.
No,
Right?
yeah, some guy named Plain something. But let's talk about it.
let's see. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's North Pole.
Right, and it actually has some cities. It's hard to read it on there.
Okay.
But more importantly, on this one, yeah, it's not focusing real well. But I'll tell you what I found on this. It talks about in here. Let's see where it says here. It says, oh, it's on this page. That's why. Hang on.
Bob,
Yeah,
you're right.
this book
You're
goes
the
from
man.
like
You're
is
the
from
man.
1924 is when this book was written.
Okay.
These maps were made. But it had on here the Jeanette expedition, which let me see if I can share this. How do we do this? Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Chrome chat. Let's see.
You're right.
Can you see that?
Than he is.
Can you see that? I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see it.
So it talks about the Jeanette expedition. And, you know, if you watch anything on Russian vids, he always talks about they highlight it with their special number. And right here, the USS Jeanette and its crew of 33. It's right there again.
Of course.
And this thing went to do stuff at the North Pole, and it sank, I guess, and everyone died. And so it's just like you got me starting to look into these things. And again, every time you look into anything about the North Pole, it goes away. There's either not there right now on the maps, or like this boat, it sank. You know, I've been reading about it. And let's see if I can do this one. And if you look at some of these old maps, let me try to share this one here. So let's stop that and share this.
Now, what is this guy saying right here? Why do Shriners wear the fez of Islam? Bob?
Exactly. Very good question. Because it's the final destiny.
It's all
It's the
connected.
final destiny. Islam means submission. Does anybody know this?
Yeah.
Islam means submission. So that's your destiny. The destiny is to or the goal. It's not the destiny. It's the goal of the establishment to literally dissolve Christianity into Islam. And Islam means submission. Simple as that.
Well, it's Abrahamic. It's all Abrahamic. It's all the Abrahamic religion. It's all boils back to the Abrahamic religions. Same lineage, same lines, bloodlines. Oh, here comes a big ass plane.
And the Shriners are at all the kids' hospitals.
Yep.
I'd like to tell, because it's so Abrahamic, I'd like to tell Jews, no, man, you think you are a Jew because you don't want to be an Arab. You're just an Arab. Everybody around you is an Arab, and you are a Jew? Fuck you. You are an Arab. Do you know how much they hate that? They hate
the
that.
geneticists did that. The geneticists found out that a lot of people, and remember, Judaism is only a faith. It's just a religion. It's not a blood. It's not a blood type. You know, it's just a religion. So anybody can be Jewish. I remember the line of Judah. I mean, and there's Israelites. I remember Israelites were also Hebrew, but they're lost. They're all gone. The 10 tribes are missing.
Boys, like blue waffles? You like blue waffles?
I don't even have the slightest clue what a blue waffle is.
But do you see how there's nothing on the current map that's like the North Pole is just water? There's nothing there.
It's so fucking weird.
But on these maps that I have in these old books, there's land masses and there's actually towns named. I'm going to look into a little bit more of this.
Yeah.
There's
what are the towns called in Septentrionales? Because they also used to call it that, right? Septentrionales.
Let me see what it says here.
Well, the North Arctic used to be just a whole damn solid ice landmass. And if you look at United States, you look at Canada, when all those lakes weren't there, guys. That was all tundra. It was frozen mud. It was tundra. Eric, do you remember our cousin Gary went up there to go gold mining up there? And they do those live TV live shows. And he was up there. A cousin of ours went up there when things were getting bad. He wanted to go gold mining with a group of people. And they were gold mining up in the tundra. And that's right up next to the fucking ice sheet. So the ground was frozen. So as soon as they got in the ground and it warmed up, pure fucking mud, muck. So the tundra's gone.
I remember
that old tundra we had was gone. Now all the water's on the surface.
Same thing here. I remember these companies like Esso and Shell.
No one's even talked about the tundra gone. They talk about the missing ice sheet. I go, yeah, that also had a tundra.
I remember Esso and Shell, these oil companies talking about
the tundra, trying to get fucking.
Once the North Pole will,
it's gone now. We don't see anything on it. Nothing.
Will be frost. We will start to do some digging and some fracking there to find oil, and now the North Pole is not there anymore. So where's all the missions going there and finding the oil? Where are all the shell boats going? Why don't we hear about this? I mean, there's no more ice there, so they're free to go.
Well, it's interesting too. One of the ones that it says it's up there in this old map is where is it? I think it was
I don't even know what's up there.
Alexanderland.
I don't know.
I think it's Alexander Island, and they say it's basically controlled by the military.
I have to go find out. I don't know what's up there.
Here, I'll see if I can show you this real quick. How does this work here? This is why I don't do these live streams. I'm not really good at this whole thing, but let's see if this is it. Is that it?
I believe it. Who knows what's up there?
They call it Alexander Land, but on my old map it says Alexander Island, which is also, it says right there. But see, it's a Russian military base, and it was reopened in 2017. There's shit going on in the North Pole, and they won't let us know. That's why they want us all fixated on the South Pole.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
See, when I look up Alexander Island, now why am I on the South Pole? That's interesting. They moved the whole thing. They moved the whole thing. I'm not even kidding. Look, I got to go back on my camera. This is fascinating. Check this out.
So now it's a part of Antarctica instead of Arctic.
How did it move? It was the North Pole. Now it's the South Pole. I'll show you.
Yeah. Nice find, Richard. Nice find.
Look at this thing. Let's see if I can get it to focus. I'll try. Okay. Oops. I gotta take off my hat. Okay. Is it getting into focus at all, or is it still kind of blurry?
Hemisphere. I can read it.
But right in here. Come on. Right in here. One of these says Alexander Island, and it's in the North Pole. See it?
Yeah,
I cannot read
there,
the name.
There you go. Yeah, Alexander Island, Franz Joseph Land. You see that? Now it's in focus.
Yeah.
So now that, according to what I just pulled up on Wikipedia, they're saying it's here. They're saying it's in the south, right?
I'm sorry about that. That's Bob's phone.
Yeah, look, it's the largest island in South in Antarctica now.
I was like, what the hell? What's that noise?
We don't know what the hell's up there. I don't know what the fuck's up. I don't know what's in goddamn Antarctica down low. I don't know what's up in Arctica up north. Who fucking knows now? I don't know. They don't let us know anymore. This whole place is a freaking joke. Completely shit.
But how the heck does it say it's in Antarctica? I don't understand what.
There was this Scandinavian TV producer who also traveled towards the North Pole, and he was never heard of again. And he was going to make a great TV show, because and this was, I think, 2016 or 2017. I don't remember, but it was, he was a TV personality, and he was a flat earther. So he wanted to find out about the North Pole. He wasn't known as a flat earther, but it was 2016, so people would know each other about, and he was never heard of again.
He was Earth curious.
I don't want to get into flat Earth discussion here, but technically, if a person is a full-blooded flat earther, then isn't all maps wrong? Because a flat Earth has its own map, and the regular maps is based on round Earth. Technically, to a flat earther, wouldn't maps will change because it's fake?
Right, but regardless whether you're flat or round, if the continents aren't even where they tell us, even the flat Earth maps are wrong.
Okay,
because we technically don't know where anything is. I mean, literally, if I know that I don't live on the ball Earth that they tell me, that's all I know. I don't know. I mean, my scripture, spiritualist, whatever my belief, I can believe I live on this round, flat Earth with a dome, but I technically don't know that. So it's the same thing. They show me where the continents and everything are. They've already shifted more than once. I mean, the old maps are different. California was an island. We get it. They're all different. So who's to say any of the things that they tell us, everything else is a lie? Why would they not tell us to lie on a map? So if China really isn't where they say it is, it doesn't have to be 12 hours away from me. Maybe it's 2. Maybe they just fly around in a circle. If they did Robert, they flew him around for 7 hours for a 2-hour flight from England to here, because maybe he's not that far away from me. I don't know. You get on a plane or you get on a boat, they take you over the water. You don't know where the hell you are. You don't. Anyways, I can get more tea.
Yeah.
I just do this.
They show you a map. You're reading a map as you're flying.
Yeah, but the map, if the place isn't where they say it is,
go
it
there
doesn't
myself,
matter.
but then again,
I think Bob must be on a delay.
I don't fucking know what's going on.
Yeah, who's he talking to?
We're on delay?
He must be on a delay.
It's like hearing voices in his head.
Am I on delay?
Maybe.
I'm going to get tea while he figures this out.
Yeah, mine must be on a delay. So it must be the rain. The rain's causing it. How bad of a delay is it on?
I'm doing a test on a delay.
Okay, go ahead. See, look, everything's normal right here on my side.
Now let's see if I can see you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. Yeah, so there's certainly a delay. Whether or you live in a castle or it's a big delay.
Nah, I trust me, I don't live in no castle.
I'll just take I don't know.
What? Did you guys see me yet? Or
Yeah.
Oh, you did see me. Okay. Okay.
It took you 17 seconds to get back. So
Right there.
Well, Bob, I knighted you. I mean, you're the king of England. I'm a prince, but I still knighted you.
How dare you? That insults me. I'll have your head removed.
What the hell? Your snooze keeps coming on.
Yes, it's time to wake up. That's psychological.
don't snooze your alarm. Wake up.
And those are backup alarms so I don't keep sleeping wherever I'm at. So I have those go off multiple
It's
times.
a Highlander sword.
Oh, it is Highlander sword.
Is it?
Ooh. There can only be one. There can only be one.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna have to go over there and take Vonich's head. Take your head, Vonich, with that sword. There can only be one. With the meat.
What is this? Some serious Blair Witch shit.
So I was on a delay. Okay.
Yeah, but you can take it.
You were on a delay for a little bit.
You can have my wonderful hair. If you would like my wonderful hair, wouldn't you? Yeah, that's
But your delay went away. Now there is no delays. Now you're back to normal.
Yeah, you must have screwed up because I'm in a dimensional field right now.
Now,
I have electrical field.
let me ask you guys this question. Do you know what is the Mandela effect?
Ooh.
Now, once in a while, I like to see what Google thinks of the Mandela effect. So, this is what I got from Google, people. The origin of... Oh, shit. I'm on the wrong thing. Hold on. My fault. The origin of the Mandela effect. This is what it said. These are short paragraphs, so this is good. The Mandela effect was named after the South African president, Robert Wood. It seems that many people held the belief that Robert Wood had died in prison in the 1980s. The memories were so realistic that a lot of people remember news clippings reporting the death and the other initial details. The blogger Fiona Boom, who I don't give a shit about, used the example to coin the term Mandela effect. Use the term. Okay, so Robert Wood died in 1980. Now this is the false memory theory, guys. And I'm going to read this. I want to hear you guys' opinion about the false memory theory. Many psychologists believe the Mandela effect happens when a collective error in memory becomes widespread and is eventually accepted as true. Which means,
That's it's a fucking important thing because
hold on.
people-
Let me finish the whole paragraph.
Okay, sorry.
You guys
Sorry.
can talk about it. Let me finish the paragraph. Bob Voynich jumped the gun. He didn't let me finish. I'm hurt.
I will.
No. Sorry. With the proliferation of the, I hate that word, of the internet, it's got it much easier to share false information and insert into the memory banks of many people as true. It grows in acceptance until enough people believe the false version that it becomes hard to distinguish. Between the real truth and fictions. Now, Voynich, what do you think of that paragraph? Voynich?
I'm sorry, but if people remember things wrong, right? If people remember things wrong or they spell things wrong, why isn't spelling things the wrong way also a Mandela effect? Why is it that I don't know what's a common mistake to make in English language? You are not as good as I am, but people say you're not as good as me. This is what people say. So why is this not addressed as a Mandela effect? Why is this not also submitted as, people said it wrong so many times that you can say you're not as good as me, as well as you are not as good as I am, because this is actually right. But people say you're not as good as me, and still it's okay. So why is that not a Mandela effect? Why is that not? Because this is far easier to recognize than this whole fucking Mandela thing. Yeah. Why is it not just a mistake that everybody makes, and now we say we know it's wrong, but since everybody does it wrong, we would just call the wrong thing the right thing. I mean, this is what they are saying, and it's not what the Mandela effect is.
So, Bob, what do you think?
Well,
before I go to number 3, because remember, there's 10 of these. So Bob, go for it.
Well, I mean, I brought this up before. I always bring up examples of things that I could say for a fact that I've experienced it. So I can only talk about what I've actually physically experienced other than taking guesses. Or again, I've talked about it before where I've talked to people from Ireland that have the Mandela effect. I have talked to them before that big-ass lake appeared out of nowhere. And I'm with some English people that have the effect saying they had not remember that lake either. We all agreed there was no lake there. The biggest lake in English Isles in Ireland, there was no lake there. It's part of the English-owned territory of Ireland, and multiple lakes were not there. Now, again, before they appeared, I was talking to people from Ireland who have the effect. After the lakes appeared, I say, hey, guys, isn't that kind of cool that you guys have this new fucking structure that showed up in Ireland? They're like, what are you talking about? I said, the lakes. The lakes are new, man. What do you guys think? All the English people, we all watched them appear. They said, no, the lakes have always been there. What are you talking about? These people have the effects. But as soon as the lakes appeared in their fucking area, they changed. They got the download for it. It's always been there. They didn't see any Mandela effects. I'm like, well, that's fucking weird. And some people that have the effects will be in a situation where there'll be a major event that happened in the past that we think it's new. Some of us in another area think it's new. But depending on what the location is, it's always been there. No, that's what happened. I go, what? So people, even with the Mandela effect, are getting downloads. You're getting these weird information downloads. So nobody's defenseless against it. Everybody is getting the downloads, the misremembering, or whatever they want to call it. They're the ones misremembering, but they're getting the downloads for it. And then if you check the past, they're correct. It did happen.
I think you and Voynich said it perfectly.
Downloads. We're not getting them. We're just jumping into the next. We're just quantum leaping into our next avatar. That doesn't see it. I mean, I kind of see it as moving into avatars, as in they're not moving avatars. Their avatars are the same. Always and always, wherever we jump to, they're going to stay the same and have the same local downloaded information each time we go there. As we keep moving into our new avatar, boom, in a new avatar, and then everything's different for us, but it's always been that way for the local. Even your friend, even your spouse, even your children. no matter who you talk to, they're like, "What are you talking about?" It's always been like this. You're like, "Holy fuck, it's not been."
Okay. Well, let's find out about the parallel world theory, and we'll see what Silly Fan Man thinks of this one. Another theory that has garnered a lot of attention is the idea that in the past, the alternative memory was true, but society has since switched over to a different reality that runs parallel to the original and contains a different version of the memory. Science fiction fans like parallel world theory explanation, which sounds a lot like a storyline from Back to the Future. So, what do you guys, Silly Fan, if you're there, what do you think of that? Wow, is everybody on mute? Holy cow.
I'm still here. I was just gonna grab something.
Okay, because everybody has the mute symbol on their phone on the squares. So the parallel world theory. So people in the chat, what do you guys think of the parallel world theory? If you guys want me to put this article from Google in the chat, I will, in case you guys want to look at it, because I know sometimes it's easier if you guys read it yourself. So here it is in the chat. Let me put it in there. Why is it not working proper? Oh, here it is. Okay, this is where I'm getting it from the chat.
What you got?
Well, the parallel world, it's basically another theory that's granted from alternative memory about what has happened in the past and now in the future. Kind of like they're trying to say which sounds like a storyline from Back to the Future, where if something changed in the past, it changes the future thoughts. What do you think of that, Bob?
Yeah, I agree with that. That's exactly what I've seen happening. There was events in the past that did change. I saw that with the whole crew models, dude. Remember that?
I got something to show you.
I saw this based off observation and science. The whole crew models at the Museum of Flight were models. These were models that were planes that did not go to production. They did not go to production. They were purchased by docents, and there were retired Boeing guys and NASA guys who were going to these auctions and buying NASA schematics of airplanes that never made it to production. So they recreated the planes with parts that they had made themselves. Made the planes. These were never went to production, with unique aeronautical styles. Multiple different kind of fucking weird ass Nazi planes that never went to production. But then as the shifts kept occurring in 2016 and 17, at the museum with my own fucking eye, I saw those parts and pieces from those models appearing on the planes. So it's telling me that those Nazis, the Nazi designs, the German design planes were coming into existence on modern planes. So I was like, this is happening in front of my fucking eye. This is happening. These models, parts and pieces of these models are coming and appearing on the planes. So it was easy. I kind of try to explain to people, look, you didn't see what I saw. You didn't see the fucking parts of the model airplanes appearing on the planes.
No.
Well, my work.
Well, Silly Fan Man wants to show us something.
Oh, I went because this is my original VHS cassette copy from, what year was this? 95. And if you know anything about how to do this, I mean, to put this all in production, it's got to go through many different people to get to this stage where they're selling it. And if he never said life was like a box of chocolates, why does it say it right on the back of the box? See that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah.
So why would they have it wrong on the box of the movie that they're selling if he never said that?
The only thing I could figure out, and this is a guess, and I don't know about the literature part, but I did find out 100% of the time when you have something that's a satire, it's a satire. For some reason, it breaks the rules.
Yeah, but this is actually on their actual movie, so it was interesting.
That's why I
for
don't
these
get that.
stupid articles that don't talk about residue, explain this, and they can't. You know,
it might be a Chinese knockoff. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Chinese knockoff toys that were residuals. A lot of the residuals are, believe it or not, Chinese third party factories. You know what I'm saying? They weren't even like the real. There were third party contract factories that were making things, and they stated it was residuals.
well, it doesn't say that. This says it was Hollywood, California, and
I don't know. I
and stuff.
don't know how that would do it. Yeah, you know, like Dr. Seuss. Like if you go to Dr. Seuss's literature and all his cartoons, especially his Nazi, his propaganda stuff back in the World War II, you can see, I'd say probably 75% residual. 75% residual. The old swastikas, the old square Hitler mustache, the thin square Hitler mustache. All of it's still there because it was a satire. But if it's serious stuff, it changes. Only
like Hitler now has blue eyes.
Yeah, he never had blue eyes. Actually, he had a Jewish uncle. In fact, he was himself in love with a Jewish man. So I don't understand this guy's weird story. I ain't buying half of that shit because I know that the camps were filled with more people of the Jewish religion than there were living in Germany. They were filled also with Catholics and Christians and gypsies and Polish. They were not filled with just Jewish people. So
real
a lot
quick,
of weird shit.
Salted Cedar said, I guess he says it now in some like deleted scene they stick in there or whatever. But again, that to me, that's a backstory that's been created, just like they're creating all these new backstories on Black Tom and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's obvious it changed because that's the thing about Mandela effect. These articles can say whatever they want. But okay, if we're all misremembering it, how do we all misremember the exact same word or phrase or so it's obviously garbage, but they have no other place.
Yeah.
So
Let's see what they say.
People believe in viruses, believe in this though.
Let's see what they say about the Monopoly. I skipped Bearstein Bear because I don't like Bearstein Bears anyway. I skipped that one. The Monopoly one, everybody remembers. Monopoly has been an icon of American family life for more than 20 years. In that time, memories of the banker have changed. In particular, many people believe the original artwork showed the banker with monocles. However, when looking at the evidence, it becomes obvious that the character never had glasses of any kind. Bullshit. Now, I'm telling you, that's bullshit because he did have glasses, flat out. I don't know how they say he didn't. I just don't.
We all know that.
Yeah.
It's just there's not even a debate.
This article is kind of silly because there's the people it's talking to they're gonna buy into all this garbage.
They're pushing that Planner Peanut, the guy with the peanut guy.
Yeah, Brian actually called that one. He said they were going to do something, and they did.
Yeah, they even had him at the Super Bowl.
Right.
They're really, really pushing. They're really shitting on the fucking Mandela effects right now. Hollywood's in full force. All the intelligence department.
Domino's had that thing where the dude did the what do you call it? That risky business, and he was in a pink shirt with no sunglasses.
Yeah,
they're screwing with us now. They're just goofing on us.
It is. That's the only reason why I was showing this. That you type in Mandela effect, and all you do is get crap like this that try to tell you that you're dumb, you're idiot. There's a simple explanation why everybody remembers the same thing, and they try to justify it.
What they're doing is they don't not even necessarily for us. They're working on the next generation and the one after that, so that way they'll always remember. Yeah, it's always been Oscar Mayer. I mean, because they don't even know the song. I mean, shit. The reason I know that one is I know the freaking song.
Oscar Mayer. I'm going to Oscar Mayers instead of Myers.
Now, what is this? This one might be interesting. Source monitoring errors. What the hell is this? When people cannot
look at the forehead thermometer.
Yeah, when people cannot distinguish between real and imagined events. Psychologists term this is a source monitoring error. For example, events that happened during a childhood can often change in memory over time to fit the past and individual wishes they experience. Eventually, this memory becomes truth. This incorrect recall is more common than many think and often results in a family disagreements. So basically, they're saying that you're remembering the past, you're changing it on purpose to match where you're at now. That's stupid.
Stupid.
Really? So basically, you're saying when you're a kid, you're an idiot automatically. So whatever you remember as a kid is not even real. So basically, why even go to fucking school, right? Why are we learning in school since it's not going to be real when you grow up?
Yeah, they shut that schools down. I'm telling you, right. I was encouraging people back in 2016 and 17. If you're in Britain and you're a 16-year-old, get the fuck out of school. Get out of school. Get out of school. If you're in America, you get to that age. I dropped out of high school. I went to college later, but drop out of high school. Get the fuck out of school. I'm sorry. You can learn these things on your own. Get out of school. This is a brainwashing place. The literature you're learning and everything you're learning now is all pre-planned garbage. It's horrible. Horrible. It's designed to keep you separated from each other.
Yeah. But Bob, the internet role in the Mandela effects. The internet is helping to make us look dumb. The internet plays a substantial role in creating Mandela effects because people often trust what they read online and share. And that's true. People do. People read the internet and think that's 100% true.
Yeah, don't trust the internet.
And Bob, what do we always tell people to do after they watch our show when we try to give them
take a shower, a hot shower, and
do your own fucking research. Take a shower, play with yourself, release yourself, get yourself in a calm manner, and do your own research.
Do your own research. Debunk. Do your own research. Do your own research. Yeah, do your own. But that also means picking up things called paper and reading on parchment. And reading old things on paper, confirm it with your own eyes. And if you still don't believe it, then do like I did. Get your shoes on and go to the country and see it for yourself. I went to go see the Mona Lisa. I wanted to see the Mona Lisa. I wanted to see it fake, and there it was. I saw the Mona Lisa.
The Mandela effect and conspiracies. Oh, of course, they're going to have to add that in, right, together. Many of the world's most common examples of the Mandela effect, like the mirror on the wall line for Snow White. The evil queen actually says magic mirror. But Saint Man took a book out that was published by Disney themselves, and it did say mirror, mirror. So what's that? Is that false? Remember that, Bob? Stage Man had a Disney book.
Yeah.
Published by Disney.
I have actually a video on. Well, I did a whole bunch of little Mandela effect videos called "This Never Happened," and they're only like 2 minutes long or so. And not only did there's that book, but there's also there's a glass that was produced by Disney through like Burger King, I think it was, and they have the quote on it wrong too, and that's in my video too. So there's a ton of residue on this, and they're still doing mirror, mirror, even though she never said it. So like we were at the airport and I took a picture. There was Kohler faucets, and they're advertising some new mirror or faucet or something. And they have mirror, mirror and the evil queen. I mean, it's so out there that.
Of course it is.
Oh yeah. But guys, so what is the Mandela effect really? So let's see what Google is telling us what Mandela effect is really. Is the Mandela effect an example of social misconceptions? I don't know, fuck that word. Conspiracies trickling down from the world's most influential people, or clear proof of alternative realities? Could the explanation be as simple people guiltily accepting false information? This uncertainty around what the Mandela effect is might be just what makes the Mandela effect so interesting. Oh, fuck that. Hey, look, you guys, you can buy a forehead geometer for $69.95.
Nice.
We should all buy one. Make sure that everybody is tested before they come on this show.
I would let everyone know if I were you guys, out of my passive protest, I don't like those thermometers. I'm doing everything only rectum. Everything has to be suppository. So if they're
But
going to check,
haven't you always done that, Robert? Everything.
Yeah,
Right?
Guys, isn't that what Voynich is?
That's it. Isn't that where your phone is right now?
Did you do an anal one? Voynich, are you there? Did you do an anal test to make sure your temperature's down?
My
Yeah, all
temperature
my checks have to be-
my temperature is always just right. Whether it be anal or forehead or
let me check my temperature.
No, thank you. Hey, that whole thing about trying to get together with you guys, I'm really rethinking this thing. You know, I'm just like,
I'm checking my temperature.
maybe I do need you to wear masks and gloves.
No kidding, right? That's why I got a mask right here.
Yeah, I've got one somewhere.
you know what I think the trick is, Richard. We just shouldn't wear hats because they think we're one of them now.
Oh, really? The hat?
Yeah, I think it's the hat.
Well, I'm only doing it when I'm on this show because I feel like I need to fit in. Because otherwise, it'd just be like, you know.
Yeah, but you see, that's the trick. I think that's the
Yeah,
trick.
but I don't have your hair, man. So I need something.
You're right. You don't have the hair.
No, you've seen Voynich's hair. My God, it's like Fabio kind of shit.
He's a handsome guy with that hair. We're ugly. We need hats to make ourselves look better.
The problem is that the reason why we don't have our hair is because our testosterone's too high. And if you have high testosterone,
And I've been told that my entire life. Yes, I've just been too manly. Too manly.
Yeah, my testosterone is really lacking. You can see in my face, right?
I had a full beard when I came out. I mean, that's just the way it was. Man.
the more estrogen you have, more hair you have on your head. That's why Brad Pitt, he looks badass, but that's a soft cookie.
My wife loves to investigate that whole thing. And there's a lot of evidence now coming out that he might be a woman. Because, you know, they do that whole thing. The elites, they swap genders. A lot of people think Trump's a woman. Obviously, Bill Gates looks like he's married to a man. So it's fascinating. There's entire channels devoted to that. And I'm not saying to do it in a mean way. It's just I find everything knowledge fascinating. And when you look at someone and, like, I mean, come on, let's talk about what are the sisters that play tennis. For real? Have you seen them? They are jacked like crazy. I put one in my video. It's just like monsters. And yeah, okay, women can exercise to the point, but everything about them looks like a man. And even when they were kids. So
I had that debate with somebody else. I'm only going to share this. That's cool as fuck. That's one of my masks I smuggled over here. It's my sheep.
People get triggered on this subject, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I like to learn everything, you know. And I know you guys, you know, I understand. So,
well, in the defense of the victim or the whatever they want to call themselves, the trannies, out of what I did was I looked at people. I knew females from the past before 2016. Then I saw them again after 2016, and they've got the new upgraded bodies with the SpongeBob SquarePants freaking shoulders. So I saw the same girls used to have a slightly feminine down shoulders, but in this reality, they've got the new shoulders and all the whole new setup here. So their shoulders are like this, and when they turn around, I notice more muscle on the back of their backs. I'm like, God damn! And you look at the ridge of their back; it's muscle. And their glutes are fucking solid, and their thighs are huge muscles. It's an improvement. Let's say this. And so they look very solid. I go, now I remember when this gal used to look very feminine. Same kind of stature, but feminine. But now with the new skeletons, totally different. Squared up jaws, square jaws, muscles. I'm like, the Statue of Liberty went from like feminine to like masculine.
it looks like Owen Wilson.
Yeah. So men and women have the same body builds. I've noticed in a lot of places that they have this. I see women, I can't tell if it's a man or a woman. I can't tell if man or woman. Men are getting bigger glutes. Used to have a plumber's ass, walk around with a plumber's ass. Now a man has glutes like a woman. Like, what the fuck?
Have you looked at the skeleton, all the changes? There's one that's fascinating to me. I mean, I could try to pull it up. I put it, I think, in one of my videos that the in the hip area, it looks just like this predator skull. Have you noticed that?
Whoa.
It totally looks like that. I don't know if you can bring that up. I can try, Eric, but I'll see.
I'm sorry. What am I bringing up?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll look. You keep talking. Talk amongst yourselves. Come up with a topic.
No. I just have a question. I have a question for Bob. Now, why do you have these masks, and what do you do with these masks?
I wear them.
Okay. Do you wear?
I will. So I will walk around with a sheep's head mask or the other mask. You see the other mask I have? It's from They Live.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
yeah, They Live mask, which is a collector's. Yeah, usually if I don't want to be spotted or seen, I just wear the mask for the fun of
We
it.
should go to Walmart where you have to wear a mask and have you wear that mask.
Yeah, just wear the mask.
Dude, we haven't seen her in a long time. It's our good friend Ocean Girl.
Oh, she's here. How is Australia?
Yeah.
How's Australia? Hey, she can give us some information on the Australian Connor fucking whatever virus intakes. There's a very low number in Australia compared to the rest of the Europe and the United States. They have a low.
That's because Australia only has 25 million people inside of this fucking continent. 25 million. That's it. That's it.
But like Hong Kong only has four people compared to like 20,000 in some small fucking Lithuanian country. And then you go down there to like Hong Kong, which is right next to China. They got 4 people. 4 people in the hospital. Recorded of the entire fucking place. 10 people, 12 people tops. You know, like, how are they getting low numbers? What the fuck is up with that?
Yeah, she wrote less than 100 people died.
Less than 100 people died, so they're not lying over there.
You know,
So
Australia's a big fucking continent, right? And Australia gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So, if they only got 25 million people, why don't they allow more immigrants to come in than every other country has to take them in?
Well, they're living in the inhabitable places as it is. Nobody goes to the outback, man. Nobody can live out in the outback.
Because only 25 million people, indeed, as Bob just stated, they live in the cities. And there's maybe like 1 or 2 million living in the outbacks.
Yeah,
so most of them live in Melbourne and Sydney and Canberra, and that's just about like 20 million, and the rest live east. Yeah.
Plus, the blood is rushing to their heads in Australia because they are upside down.
Yeah. Got to take that into account too.
Flat Earth joke. Yeah, I just want to know how the hell that continent keeps moving up to fucking Indonesia. It's like right up in there now. I've been to East Timor, Indonesia. I was there. They had a ferocious fucking war back in the 90s. A really bad war. Yeah. It was Muslims against the Catholics. I've been there. I'll tell you guys some crazy fucking stories about that.
Sorry about that.
Okay,
there it
real
is.
quick. There's the head of Predator.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me, but now I don't know how to do this real easy. I'm going to stop that one, and then I'll share the this one. Maybe you can do this easier because I'm really bad at this stuff. But here.
I'm glad Ocean Girl's here. I missed her.
Does this kind of look similar to you? I mean, it's got this thing here. And I don't know. It's just, this is all starting to change. It never looked like this before. A lot of things.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
You know, but maybe it's just me. That just kind of looked similar to, I'll pull it back up.
It looks like
this
two
other
eyes.
one again. I'll pull this one back up. To me, it just looked kind of similar to what's going on here.
Yeah, it's moved up a lot.
Kind of.
In my opinion.
Dude, that looks like the Predator.
It is a Predator. Come on, keep up, man. All right, I gotta stop doing this. I don't know. There's a lot of weird changes, though. The first one I noticed was as you go down your chest at the end of your rib cage, it used to mine kind of go up a bit. Now there's like this little tip to it. And then I also noticed my collarbone here. It used to dip down, and now it's like pretty much straight across. And
across.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Because, you know, the ones where your heart moves and stuff, those are weird because you feel things like my wife or I'll wake up one day and things are messing around. We can just feel it. And but you can't prove that one, but you can feel this, you know, you can feel where this is. And there's so much residue since my wife is a nurse. When they do this like EKG thing, they literally go around this one side of the body. Why would they do that if the heart's dead center? They wouldn't do that. And they still do that as far as I know, unless they've changed that.
A little residual memory there. We have a big plate here also. It's a bigger, thicker plate here.
And the
so
kidneys, totally moved because the kidney punch was, and it hurt like heck if you got hit, and it was down in the near hips area. And so now that it's up in the rib cage, it's well more protected. I mean, it's like we're being upgraded, like stronger bodies. But so, like I told my dad, this is before he was completely woke up. I said, when you go in for your doctor's appointment, ask the doctor to point where your kidney is, and he was wrong. and then I looked into it because to test for like an infection, they do a compression tap where they take 2 fingers and they tap. And then if it hurts, then you know you got an issue. Well, it doesn't work anymore since it's inside the rib cage. You can't do this. So now what do? They do this with their fist. So they even had to change the way that they check for things. And they have to not admit that anything's changed. Because if you want to stay in a medical position, you have to pretend that it's always been this way.
What about tails? Have we had tails before?
I know of some people, but I don't think all of us. But yeah, there's some weird thing going. I think there's some in the back of our skull now too that comes out. I think there's a horn or something now. Some video. Somebody did on it.
There's some tiny tail growing at just above my ass, but I just keep ripping it off. You know.
Is that what you killed the heron with?
Yeah.
That's still tripping me out, man. Still tripping me out.
Well, this person says, Dean A says, I used to land on my tail when roller skating.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tailbone. Yeah.
Tailbone, yeah. I don't know if it's an actual thing coming out. But yeah.
The Jesus concept now, because Jesus could have lived now. They're like, what do you mean he couldn't live? Well, he couldn't have lived now because back in our time, back in mythology, Jesus was stabbed on the left side under the rib that would go up and into the heart because the heart was on the left side. So that's why they killed him from the left side. It goes into the lung and into the heart on the left side. Now, Jesus is portrayed as being stabbed on the right side. And so because it's on the right side, it goes up into an angle. Literally, it misses the stomach because it would have taken out the stomach. The stomach used to be under the belly button area. It's moved way to the left and underneath the rib cage. So now it's all free. There's no guts to hurt anything. The liver is up higher. So now it goes into the lungs and barely makes it to the heart. I mean, you'd have to.
Boy, he's really got excited. He completely shut himself off. He jumped to a different time zone. He's in another parallel universe now.
What happened? I tell you what, guys. Let me
go smack him around.
There he is.
He's coming back. Hey, but
testing 1, 2, 3.
You guys are into movies. You probably love one of my favorite movies too. Of course, it kicks me off. Is Good, Bad, and Ugly? No, it was which one was it? It was the first one. Fistful of Dollars. And the one guy always shoots in the heart, right, Voynich? And so he shoots him right in the heart multiple times. Why would he do that? He would have aimed in the center.
He's alive.
This plate here.
Yeah.
Here, right?
Right. Yeah. But why would he? The guy shot in the wrong place. If he was this great, gunslinger with a rifle, he was totally off every shot.
I mean, and Clint Eastwood. I mean, he's the man. He knows where his heart is, right?
Absolutely. At least he did back then. No, now he watches that and he goes, "Shit, that was sure lucky." Guy could have shot me in the actual heart,
In the heart. Shoot me in the heart. He has that piece of metal on his left side.
And they say your thumb is way lower than it used to be. And I never thought of that. And it totally is. Like, that wouldn't make a turkey in kindergarten anymore. That'd be like some lame thing. Look how far down it is.
Yeah. It's more monkeys.
Right?
The thing about the physical, about the anatomy, Mandela, it doesn't hit me at all because my heart was always in the middle. My kidneys were always there. I mean, it doesn't hit me.
My wife's a nurse and the pancreas has moved twice.
So and the bones behind the eyes, always, man, always. So
really?
It doesn't affect me.
I have a question for a silly fan man since his wife is a nurse.
Uh-huh.
Have your wife ever talked about losing blood samples? Because Ocean Girl just says, the pathology lab lost my blood samples test last month. Took them 2 weeks to find them. Wonder what they did with them stealing my info. Now, have you ever heard your wife talk about people losing their blood samples?
I have not, but I'll if we're however long we're still on here, I'll check. I'll ask that question because that sounds very odd, and I think they might have been messing with them.
She got
cloned. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's what I'm finding out. The more I
replace Ocean Girl with another version of herself.
The more I'm finding out about these things, I'm starting to understand things. I think better.
We're all clones,
right? Well, only God can do the whole spark and creation. So I don't believe. And somebody talked about again. We were talking about hydrogen peroxide. His name, oxide. How do you say it, Voynich? You know,
Paradoxide.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. I'm starting to look into that. It's fascinating too. But it's the same thing with like clones and AI. By definition, artificial intelligence, it would have to. It can't be life. You know what I mean? They have to put it into something else. They have to like mutate life with artificial intelligence. You can't just create artificial intelligence, and I don't believe you can just create a clone. I mean, you obviously can steal someone's DNA and put it into a cell and create it, but I don't think they can just grow us in test tubes. I don't believe they have that technology. I don't think they're allowed to. So, but no, to me, that was all new information in the last few months because I used to buy in. I mean, that new show with Paul Rudd, I mean, I couldn't help it. He's funny. I know that it's all programming and Luciferian shit.
Oh, the cloning one.
It was funny. And again, they keep showing us they say they can do this, but I don't believe they can. I think that's, again, just like nuclear weapons and stuff, just ways to screw with us constantly because everything they tell us is a lie.
They're not that smart here. I found out they're not smart. Their technology isn't that technical. It's basic. It's something we could have done ourselves back on Sagittarius Arm, if you want to call it that. The technology was always there. It was just the patents were purchased. Just in this place, when it got the fucking Operation Paperclip fucking Nazis, they went ahead and incorporated it and put them into the airplanes and all the aeronautics. They just did not. You know, they just didn't. They patented them and took them away. They used them. So we're seeing commercial things with old patents that were locked away, but now they're not. That's all it is. So they're not smarter here. They're just using those patents that were locked away in our time.
It's almost like the special class got a hold of the most powerful weapons of the universe, right?
yeah, and they go ahead and use them. You know, they've used them. So I'm not seeing anybody smart. I'm not seeing anybody. I'm seeing dumb fucker people.
Well, even in, again, not to keep talking about Hollywood movies because I know they're all bad, but they recycle the same thing over and over. And unfortunately, since we're kind of starved for enjoyment, we watch them. And I find it fascinating. And I loved every one of them. I went with the first one, first Star Wars, the original, fantastic. I saw it when I was really young, whatever. And all three of those. But the first movie and the third movie, it was basically the same movie, only with little teddy bears in the third movie. And then forget the middle ones because that was all garbage. And then you get to the new one of the next series that just ended. Same freaking movie as the original Star Wars and the other one. Yeah. And we walked out there, my kids and I, we had a good time. We were laughing. We're like, we just paid for the same damn movie again. Like, you know, they don't have no new. They're making Valley Girl again, which was a terrible movie back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. They're making it into a musical, this one.
Because nobody watched it back then. They shouldn't have. It was horrible.
Well,
so,
they got no
the same story.
Cortex. Remember, they got no frontal lobe cortex. Our old brain, we had a frontal lobe cortex. It was a creative center. It was the creative center. If those of you guys that watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest would know, back in our time, that's where they did the lobotomies. They did lobotomies in the frontal lobe cortex. This is the creative center, but not in this new brain. This new brain is not there. So they don't have a large creative center here. I know it sounds bad, but the fact, this is not a conspiracy. Those who remember, the frontal lobe cortex was in the front. That's where you got your lobotomies. This is your creative center, but it's not there anymore. It's not in the front anymore. So they don't have any creativity. These people are starving for the same recycled shit.
Wow.
No creativity.
I never heard that one.
Yeah, shoot. When I first woke up, I saw that the front. I call them slow. I was calling everyone slope heads. I said, "What the fuck happened to their heads?" Everybody's heads got small on the front. I'm like, back in our time, bald guys look bad because they look like they had pumpkin heads. But in this timeline, if you're bald, you look like Bruce Willis now, with a smooth ass, long, flat head. So it don't look bad. Bald people look normal here. Like their fucking heads are smaller. And they got less noodles in their fucking brain, and your lizard brain is huge, and your limbic system in your brain is huge. You've got 3 parts of your brain now. You got the paleo mammalian part, you got the reptilian part, paleo mammalian part, then you got the new world cortex on the outside, which is a whole different brain itself. You have 3 brains. Like what the fuck? Holy shit! 3 little stages of your brain evolution.
But it's all about the cerebral part of your brain. It's all about the outside of your brain. That's the most important part.
Cerebellum. Yeah, your cerebellums are huge. Yeah, right here. It looks like you look like you got back, like boobies in the back of your head. You got cerebellums. Mine's huge. Your cerebellum, and a lot of your nerves are on your spine now.
It also goes all around your head. It is the outside of your brain.
Look at that beautiful hair that he has.
Know. He always does this. Every freaking stream, he's got to do this. Hey, I asked the question. I don't know who asked it earlier, but my wife said she's never heard of anyone losing it, and if it did get lost, if it did get lost, it wouldn't be accurate because within 24 hours they can't use it.
Yeah, somebody said in the chat that they should have redone their blood test if they really did lose it. Yeah.
So it's not accurate if they said they found it after more than 24 hours. So
that's no good.
I wouldn't trust it at all.
It went bad.
I saw Elon Musk satellite train while watching a meteor show. Huh.
I saw Musk satellite. Oh yeah.
I saw that in the sky. That thing flew by here. That was trippy.
I seen the footage of the whole train of lights going across the sky, and I kept wanting to immediately get a hold of a flat earther saying, what do you kind of give us an idea of what's going on? Are we looking at weather balloons? Are we looking at something that's trapped up there in the ether gel? What is that? What is that about? I don't know.
They were ceiling fans. No, I saw they went across our sky. We saw that.
I saw it too. That's one of their proofs. They're using it as proof that flat earthers are idiots because they're showing space. They're showing it's in orbit. So I'm looking at it going, well, I'm still not buying it. Just because I see lights up there, it doesn't mean anything. My ship, the USS Blue Ridge LCC-19, we used to launch balloons. No, I can tell you right now, guys, we launched balloons. These were balloons that went very, 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 very high, just like satellites. I used to pull it out of the water. I pulled them out with a big ass in the boat, pulling the balloons in.
I've seen like videos of that now.
Yeah, so is placing balloons up there as a replacement for satellites plausible? 100% yes, because I did it. So yes.
The problem is trying to look at these videos of these satellites, because like some guy had a satellite, he said he filmed it, and it showed not satellite, but meteors, and it showed one meteor, instead of going this way, actually went up. But you don't know if somebody falsified that to make it look like that, or if it was really caught. You just don't know anymore.
You don't know. Again,
now, because if he caught real footage and it's not fake, then a meteorite can't go up.
No.
Or can it? It can't, right?
No, it can't go up. Unless you're an interdimensional craft coming in some motherfucking time or whatever dimension, or unless you're a fucking balloon. A balloon runs out of fucking fuel and it goes straight up or catches fire, and then the propulsion of the flame shoots it up. But yes, there are balloons up there. Everyone needs to stop fucking around and realize it. Put it on the table. I was on a ship. We launched balloons, lots of balloons. The back end opened up, and you have these beautiful silver balloons that are adjusted to it does something with the temperature. Keeps it cool, keeps it warm, whatever it does, like a silvery metallic color. It goes far, really, really far up into the sphere up there, wherever it goes. And they stay up there for a while. You could have up to 30. Yeah. You could have 20, 30. They'll stay up there for a while, like a
They
Chinese
look at-
lantern.
There's this company in Norway, or I might be mistaken, might also be some other Scandinavian country that I mean, I've been into flat Earth for a long while, and I didn't save all the videos, or I did save them, but they all got deleted. But there's this company in Scandinavia, I think it was Norway, that releases most of the so-called satellites for NASA, and they are balloons. They are a balloon company, and they release balloons under the same name as NASA launches their satellites. So that might be a hint to somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, I actually, Dirth was one who put this video of this one guy, and I'll press play so you guys can see. There's if you look at the video, a satellite goes up in the air. So let me get it on the full screen.
Is that Dell? I think that's Dell, right?
Yeah. So let me press. Oh shit! Did it freeze on me, or can you guys see it?
I can see it, but it doesn't run.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna run it right now.
You don't realize that.
Yeah.
Falling stars.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, take a look. I'll start over. Here we go.
These comet meteor showers. You don't realize that meteor showers, asteroids, falling stars. Do you know what they're called? Falling stars. I do. Every flat earther does. Because this is your horizon. They are always coming down towards the horizon. Sometimes they're almost horizontal.
That one was sideways.
See them. You will never see or record anyone that has a shooting star or meteor or asteroid going up from the
It's just
horizon. Fucking stuff straight up over your head. You can't determine from that.
Yeah, I don't need to play the whole thing, but
Well, remember, if the balloon is lighter than air, so if the balloon is lighter than air, it can go up. A balloon can catch a charge and go up. It can also catch a current. There's a lot of air currents up there. Like you fly in an airplane, you know that thing is called what's that called when you're in an airplane and everything shakes? You guys know what that's called, right? When the plane shakes all over the place, called turbulence.
Yeah.
Well, a balloon can catch turbulence too.
I'm gonna put that video in the chat
You
in
can get
case somebody wants to watch it on the side.
Turbulence, man. There's a lot of fucking turbulence up there.
Turbulence, man.
Those balloons go all over the place. Now, if they have a chain of balloons that they used to string them together, they'll follow each other in a line like a line of cars. They're all roped together.
Show us.
Oh no,
Nice.
you can't breathe underwater. I also brought my mask in case I have to wear one at the grocery store. I bought that.
There you go. See, I'm not the only one that has masks. See, what's up, Eric? What's up with that?
Right, and I only bought those because if we had to wear them in the grocery store, I want to wear that because it's a mask. I mean, that's what it said. And then I found out it's from the new Joker movie, which I hadn't seen. I didn't even know that, so that's kind of even creepy.
I didn't know what was.
So who had the sword? I was gone for a second, and it sounded like someone had a Highlander sword. Oh, is this what we're gonna do now? Okay, I'll do
Yeah, this is what we're gonna
I
do
love
now.
our streams.
This one.
Yeah. Okay. So we're all in math.
I don't have my weapon.
Well, who had the Highlander sword?
I don't have my mask. I'm out of here.
Hold
I
on.
brought mine. This is the one I'm gonna knight you with. I told you.
I've got
It's
a
from the
beard.
Civil War.
I guess I'm gonna.
This looks like something
Now I
on the
must do the hair
purge.
thing again. Wow,
Oh, very
Richard,
cool.
you look really creepy,
Very
man.
cool.
Especially
I've
with that
got
hair.
Oh, right? Right?
Nice.
This really works. This really works.
Cool. My turn.
There's probably like 2 people watching now.
Oh man, this sort of freaks me out.
Oh God, I hate that one. That's the They Live mask. Shit. Oh God,
It's
what are you wearing?
awesome.
Oh, okay, it's a sheep. For a second, I thought it was other really
Yeah.
Okay, there's your show, Gypsy. What do you think?
I think we just lost all our subs.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's watching anymore.
More masks. More masks. We need more masks. Just no gas masks.
Jeez, I couldn't breathe under that thing. I don't know how these people do it. It's
I must ask Rob. How was it for you?
Oh man, nice one. Yeah, I like that. You know what, Voynich, that wasn't bad.
Oh god, it's horrible.
I stole that one from Woody Allen, I think.
Did you? He's probably not real.
Oh, that's
Probably
better.
not even.
Bob's a private brony.
I'm a brony. I'm a closet brony.
Brony. Oh, I forgot all about that word. And now you remembered me again. You fuck, I'm gonna blame you for that. Now I know again what a brony is.
I'm a closet brony.
Keep it that way. Just keep it a closet brony.
Now I'm sure Silly Fan Man knows what a brony is.
I have no idea. No, I know, but I don't care to. So.
Please.
You really
Please
don't.
don't.
About
Hold on.
maps,
You really don't know what a brony is?
No, I do. Let's talk about maps and NASA or something. I mean, we don't need.
It's not dirty.
Bronies? No, I know.
Actually,
Bronies are the ones that are into the kids' cartoon and the sexualized supposedly are the ones that are even worse. But I don't care.
See,
it's all nonsense.
he's a closet one. He just won't come out and admit it.
Yeah.
You know, he watches My Little Pony.
I have my Little Pony outfit inside. I save it for the get-togethers. Yeah.
See, I ain't buying it. You
Well,
couldn't
I'll tell
get
you what.
that beard into a My Little Pony outfit and look decent. So
I'll tell you what.
I'm not buying it.
I tell you what, Silly Fan Man, if you really if you ever decided to know what a brony is, we do have a video that says what is a brony on my channel.
Okay, I know of it. I just rather not. I mean, I think there's other things. That's all. I'm trying to show it a different way. Come on, Eric, keep up. You know.
Oh, I love you. I love you, shit, man. I love you.
Bird mask.
Shit, no wonder I.
A brony is a centaur.
Time. I don't actually smoke. This is just weed.
Oh, you're smoking marijuana.
Oh yeah, I don't smoke a real pipe.
Good for you.
Give it to me. This is I think it's a type of bone or ivory, I believe. So.
It looks a bit like a European pipe, like a German pipe.
When I want to look smarter.
Oh, it looks like sort of like a
theory you have there, Voynich. I think it helps.
It makes you look like Freud or Einstein, something like that.
If I really need to look smarter, I wear these.
Yeah. Do the stethoscope and the pipe.
I got the white coat. Oh yeah, that's when I really want to look smart. Oh yeah, and I wear a different hat, and I look way smarter.
Well, first of all, I want to say
You just need to wear a white coat, a stethoscope, and people listen to you. Did you notice every time they have a doctor or nurse on any show, they're always at least wearing the coat, and most of the time, almost every time, they're wearing the fucking stethoscope. Like they walk around with it where they go after dinner. You know what I mean? It's like, why are they always wearing it in these shots? It's because it makes it look more efficient. Well, it makes it look more efficient.
Yeah.
I'm looking way more than Roberts today because he's obviously an astronaut, right? He's got the NASA thing. So just by that, I know he knows this stuff.
I always wanted to be an astronaut.
well,
But no, I know there's no such thing. You're an interdimensional traveler now.
I think we hit that magical 2-hour part, so I am going to wind it down. But I just want to say I love all you guys. I think we like to have fun. We get to, we chill. We get to talk some stuff. Hopefully that everything's all right. Hopefully everything's all right with Mark. Hopefully we could do a show together this Sunday. So hopefully he doesn't get thrown in jail anymore, because our show's suffering on Sundays. That show's suffering. So Silly Fan Man, you got any videos coming out this week?
Well, I had one yesterday, but it's funny. I had one that I'd made months ago, and it was just a joke video, and it dealt with Crow and money bags and whatever. And then I just kind of held it back. I gave it to certain people, but after watching Rose and did you guys all catch that when Rose and Jason pretended to be Brian and Karen? If you
Yeah.
haven't,
Since they missed Mark's arrest, I think they also missed that one.
probably.
You
So
should really,
get a
you
chance
should
to
really play it. You should really play it as an outro to the show. I mean, it's epic.
So I had one that I did as just a joke thing. So I think I'll let that one out. Maybe I don't know, today or tomorrow or something. I think it's funny.
And guys, I put his website, his YouTube channel on the chat somewhere. So make sure you sub him so you can watch it. What about you, Voynich? You got another show going on? I know you had one like 4:00 in the morning, my time.
Yeah, I just had a show. I have a StreamYard. Like I can go live any second. But yeah, I don't know.
You're kind of like Brian. Every time you turn it on, you're on somewhere. Or system failure. Same with Mark. He's always on.
And
Right?
I'm not gonna,
I don't want to be that kind of guy. You know, I also like to come on these shows and be a guest. I mean, as long as I enjoy myself, it's okay. You know, so.
And I'm not going to ask Bob because I'll find out from the neighbor if he's having a show or not. And then we're not Wednesday. There's no show Wednesday for us, but Thursday we'll be back. And who knows what the hell we're going to talk about? We don't even know what the hell we're going to talk about. Shit, we might talk about Silly Fan Man's underwear or Voynich's underwear, his Vaseline part. I don't know.
Next time. Yeah, next. This will get you more viewers. Next time it will be about my Vaseline in my underwear.
Well, Silly Fan Man is going to have the Vaseline. You don't have a Vaseline, you don't have the underwear.
I've been talking to Christian, and he and I like to talk. We haven't done it in a while, so there's a chance he wants to try to do something tomorrow. So that would be, I'm not sure in the morning, but I don't know if that's happening.
Maybe Friday I'll try to get System Failure on here to talk about his experience with us.
Cool. Yeah.
Maybe we're gonna do a show Sunday, so maybe I'll get him on Friday. That'll be fun.
You need a whole show with him. That's
yeah. Even though he overtalks us, but we gotta find out his side.
Yeah, you have to have him on things and talk. It's fascinating.
We'll slow him down somehow. Somehow we'll slow him down.
If not, then Voynich will be running around with meat cleavers, fucking making hamburgers and shit. He's just spinning his fucking knife around.
I guess the last thing I'll say is I've seen a lot of new people today in the chat. A lot of people that I haven't noticed before. So maybe they have watched this before, but I have a lot of these names I haven't noticed before. So if we got new people, thank you guys for watching us. Please subscribe to Voynich. Please subscribe to Silly Fan Man. They're awesome channel. They deserve to have millions of subs. So you guys do. You guys put out some good stuff.
At least a few more. We deserve at least a few.
You guys over 1,000, man. We're all working together. We all try to help each other out because you never know. Thursday could be a 3-strike show. We're off the air. Right. And I need to go on Silly Fan or Voynich just to tell people what my new channel is going to be because we never know. You never know.
If I'm coming on my channel, you better have your people get in touch with my people. You don't think you can just call me, okay? That's not the way this works.
All right, we got a prima donna of the bunch. So.
You know what I think of when I get thoughts in my head and I just talk about them, and I do it from the sense that I don't want to live in fear. Because if you want fear, there's dozens of channels. And they even have good information on some of these channels. But it's all fear. And after a while, you're feeding the beast also. Because if you're listening to that and now it's making you fearful of everything, you're feeding the system. And so what I try to do in mine is say, okay, look, everything's been screwed. Okay, what are the positives? And then I go over the positives. And like God says in the Bible, if they send shit at you, he doesn't say that literally, but you can grab it, turn it around, and recompense it back like 10 times. And that's how I feel. When they come at me with their nonsense, I figure out a way to look at it and figure a good thing out of it. And that's what panel's about. And
that's perfect. If you want to escape it, come to our show because we like to have fun and goof around and escape reality for a little bit.
And we do have fun.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys all later and have a nice day.
Thanks, everyone.